Hello, folks. This is Jimmy Doolin with another sit down. Today, I'm sitting down with Mr. Adam Hopkins. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
Couldn't be better.
Hey, I
Probably better than
certainly.
I deserve.
What's that?
They're probably better than I deserve.
Well, aren't we all right? If our feet hit the floor, that is a great position to be in. Hey, I certainly appreciate your time and willingness to sit down with me today. Um, Adam, how long you been in real estate?
Well, I've been in general real estate about 6 years now. Prior to general real estate, I did new home construction right out of college. Come from a background of kind of a family industry. My father was doing that for 30 years, and just kind of followed in his footsteps, and here I am today.
So I appreciate your humble answer there. Your father's kind of, I know that today isn't about your dad, but let's pay him the proper respect. He's kind of a godfather in the new home construction business, right?
Yeah, let's just say he certainly knows how to sell new homes.
That's
So
for sure. That's for sure. Well, and clearly that apple hasn't fallen far from the tree. You've had a nice, successful 6 year career. I'm fortunate because that 6 years has been spent with myself and our firm. So I thank you for that. But more importantly, you've had one of these careers that every year continues to do this.
yep, absolutely,
So
absolutely.
what do you think? What do you think a couple of your keys to success have been?
Well, for starters, where we're at, we've got such a great staff here, a great leader here at Remax Ability Plus, and basically just everything that we need for success. We've got plenty of different classes and mentoring. I mean, I couldn't have a better mentor at this point, just to help you, succeed.
So, well, thank you. Thank you for that. I certainly appreciate it. But I'm going to say it goes beyond. It goes beyond just what I do or what the brokerage does. And I'm going to say that your efforts are paying dividends. Things like, taking care of your clients, calling me and saying, "Hey, Jimmy, you know, I've got to get X, Y, and Z done." We won't go into specifics,
Yeah.
but I've got to get X, Y, and Z, pardon me, done. Do you know somebody? Well, what are you doing? Well, I'm over here, cleaning this house, getting it ready for my clients because the seller didn't leave it the way that my buyer should receive it. Though that's the kind of stuff that grows your business.
Well, there's a certain level of expectations for everybody. Whether it's a $50,000 home or a $2 million home. I mean, at the end of the day, that's their only house. That's all they're thinking about. And then, it's our job for what we do to deliver that, and set the expectation of them having, a fantastic experience with us. That's how you grow your business. The harder you work for other people, it's going to pay tenfold, in the future.
Recognizing and understanding that is the key, I believe, to success. And so anybody hearing you say something like that knows that you are destined for success, because recognizing that taking care of your customers is the ultimate way to grow your business is, you know, and
That's
not only
wow.
not only is it right, but it doesn't it feel a lot better?
Feels great. There's nothing better. Like, when I was in new homes, and still to this day, I'll drive through a neighborhood, maybe showing another house, and look over and, see a home that I had something to do with getting built, and still remember those people to this day, and, what that experience was like. And it just feels good to know that, you really helped that family. And, it's something that they greatly appreciate. And it's something that we have to take very serious. It's just not a transaction. It's about somebody's lives.
Yeah. So one time and the person that said it's irrelevant, but a speaker I was in said, don't be a secret agent. And the test that they said for that is, can you stand in the grocery store and people know your name? If you stand in the produce section of the grocery store, if people come over and say, "Hey, Adam, wow, how's the real estate market?" Or "Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks. We love our house. You sold us," whatever, but people know you and know your real estate, then that's the first level of success for a realtor. But I'll take it even further. So you don't want to be a secret agent, but you also don't want to be a secretive. In other words, you treat people so poorly that you're walking through the grocery store doing this so no one sees you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So tell me something. What do you do for fun?
I do a lot of things. Summertime, I like to get out on the boats, just hang out with friends. I like to play golf a lot. Um, I've been playing a lot of golf lately, actually. I'm going to try to go into the winter as far as we can with it. I went and actually last night got some golf gear to help keep me a little warmer. So, really anything. I mean, just being around people in general and just being out and about is what I enjoy. I'm not the guy that wants to sit at home and stare at the TV all day.
Right. Yeah. You're certainly an active person. So, where do your clients come from? Where's your business come from generally?
Well, right now, I mean, with all the work that's been put in and, just helping people, it's coming from all of my past clients. I mean, before that, I mean, I would do steadily open houses every single weekend, and I still do those. I mean, we still have to um, work as hard as we can to meet new people, not just rely on all the people we've already worked with. So, I mean, basically, my main success just be coming from new home sales. I was used to sitting in model homes, used to answering the door, used to, just introducing myself and making people feel as comfortable as possible. And I think that that's my niche when it comes to finding new clients nowadays. Is I would have to say open houses. Sure, I get some online stuff, just from the websites and things like that. But that's not my primary focus. Just
Gotcha.
face to face, meeting people directly and building relationships as fast as I can for them to trust me.
Is there a geographical area that you focus on?
Right now, at the moment, I like to stay, more on the north side, Indianapolis. I'll go wherever. I'm not one of those real estate agents like, oh, I don't want to drive 40 minutes to take care of these people because I'll do it. If I had a preference, I'd like to stay, within 30 minutes, just for the simple fact that, let's just say it's a buyer. Okay, I want to be able to provide that buyer with the best possible service. And if I get bogged down and I spend most of my time traveling and I get other calls from other clients wanting to see other properties, especially in this market. I mean, these houses are gone, within a couple of days. I want to be accessible and I want to be able to use my time the most efficient way possible.
How are you dealing with this craziness of the market? We've got roughly in central Indiana, we've got about a 1 month supply of inventory.
Yeah,
What are you doing differently to help your clients win? Because honestly, that's what it just used to be. If you found them a house, then you wrote an offer and you bought the house. Now you find them a house and you've got to position yourself to win against the multiple offers.
sure. No, absolutely. And you got to stop and think too. I mean, for the majority of the home sellers, for the most part, it is about the money, right? But there's other things that could be important that you really need to try to dig and hope in hopes that the listing agent will give you a little bit of information as far as why are they moving, where are they going, have they already found a home, what's their time frame look like, is there anything that's important to them that they're looking for in the offer. Do some fact finding things that could help you succeed with your buyer and acquiring that property for them. And then
Is
also be
your
creative with the contracts too. I mean, there's a lot of things that a lot of agents don't do that they could, and that's it. You just have to be very creative and just work very hard. You want to build a good relationship as well with that listing agent because you've got to stop and think like that agent, yes, they're working solely for their clients, but if they work with a real estate agent that's going to cause the transaction to go south or is difficult to work with, they're not really looking in their client's best interest going with those people. So, I mean, the agent to agent relationship is also huge here just because I want people to want to work with me.
Yeah, it's really, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I always told people when I was practicing full time in sales that whoever you list your home with, you inherit their reputation. So whatever that agent's reputation is, that is the reputation that travels with your house when it hits the market with that agent. So I agree with you. Critical step. And as a buyer's agent, taking the time to talk to the listing agent, communicate with them, is incredibly critical um, with all the competition.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
So, favorite food?
That's a tough one. I mean, I like a lot of different kinds of food. I mean, I think we should categorize it more as seafood. Are we talking steak? What are we talking about? Are we talking like
So
some
you
sort
have a favorite in each category.
of, right, of course. I mean, you can't just say, hey, I like chicken fingers and mac and cheese, you know. But no, I don't know. I think I'm a crab leg fan. So if I could have a nice little fillet, something like that, and then top it off with some crab legs and maybe some scallops or something, I'd be very happy at the end of the day for that.
Surf and
Not to
turf
get
kind of.
like over the top, but that
Right.
is one of my favorite things to eat.
Am I correct? Were you born and raised in Carmel?
I was not actually. I was born and raised in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Gotcha. And when did you move to Carmel?
I moved here back in 2000. It was 2000, 2001 era. My sophomore year in high school, made the transition from Terre Haute to Carmel, and um, probably one of the best moves I've ever made, to be honest with you. Nothing wrong with Terre Haute where I grew up from, but I just felt
Sure.
in the Indianapolis area, I mean, there's just a lot more opportunity for success.
Certainly a bigger city, a bigger environment.
Right.
Now, you're on the Icon team,
I am.
and so give me a little bit. The Icon team is you've got three of you on there,
Correct.
and do you like that team environment? Do you like being a part of a team?
I love the team environment. I really do, honestly. Like, one of the best things about being on the team is you have people there that can help you, or I can help them, and that's huge when it comes to this. We were talking about making sure that our clients have the best possible experience. And if I am put in a situation where I'm double booking because I have so many clients that want to see so many different things all over the place, well, guess what? I can give Scott a call. I can give Jesse a call. I can give somebody a call to see if they could help relieve me, just to get my clients in the house and kind of kill two birds with one stone there, if you will. And I'll do the same for them as well.
Give me interesting real estate transaction, something about it, whether it's a fascinating house, or just a interesting experience. But tell me something about one of your transactions without names or addresses that was just kind of, intriguing or interesting, if you will.
I can't say that I've had a deal that wasn't interesting, to be honest with you. And I mean that in a good way. Obviously there's, challenges whenever, you're moving out of one house into another. Some people are moving out of their house into other homes. You have moving trucks, you have repairs, you have all sorts of things going on. I mean, I really just off the top of my head, it's tough to just pinpoint one particular situation.
Do
But
you get do you get like excited? Is it do you love the challenge? Does the whole pursuit and
yeah, most of the time I do, of course. There's some challenges that, we are the people that are the ones that are being communicated to. So my biggest thing that I don't enjoy is having to rely on other people to get things done. I have that mentality, that old school mentality, if you will, is if you want it done right, do it yourself. And there's some things I just can't do. For instance, say some clients are moving into a house. Here's a challenge, if you will, and a interesting story. So clients have a lot of kids, big family, moving from city to city, not too far away. Sellers moving out. They used a pod company, okay, and the pod company had the pod in the driveway. Sellers already moved out. The pod was still there. It's like talking to Comcast and moving. If you want to know my honest opinion on that, trying to get somebody to come move the pod. It was in the driveway. It was in the way. So we've got semi trucks. We have workers. We have movers. We have family members coming, and this pod is blocking the way to get in. Sellers were calling. They couldn't get the pod removed. The pod company was like, hey, no, this is the earliest date it's going to be there. And my clients basically were obviously concerned. to say the least.
Yeah, because the time overlapped into their possession.
Correct, correct. And sometimes things like that happen, and and a lot of times we try to do our best to work through that. But in this particular situation, um, I was the one that had to deal with getting the pod out of there. They basically said, "Look, we have all these things going on. Make this happen for us, Adam." And I was like, I'll do whatever I can. So
And you did. You made it happen.
I got on the phone. Um, I was going to have the pod removed. We were going to have that pod just towed away. So I think it took me about 7 or 8 calls telling the pod company I was going to have it essentially impounded because it was impeding the way for my clients to move into the house. And lo and behold, guess what? About 6, 7 hours before they actually moved and all those things happened, that truck came by and picked that pot up and
Poof, it
whatever.
disappeared.
That one had me. Yeah, that one had me on the edge of my seat, to say the least.
But
So,
I think the testament there is your clients entrusted you and to get it done, and you did. You figured out how to get it done, as
that's
opposed no excuses. You
no,
just worked until you got that resolved.
because even though I didn't order the pod, I had nothing to do with the pod. My clients didn't either.
Right.
The
Wasn't their problem.
the sellers were trying. It's not like they weren't trying, but this is what I was talking about, the third party companies that when I just have no control, and that's one of the situations. Everything was going very well before that, very smooth. And, it's, you get put in a situation where that one thing, which some people are like, oh, it's a pot in the driveway. Well, that's a big deal if you're moving a 7-person household into a very large residence with multiple semi trucks and moving things, that's a big deal. So that could have taken a deal where my people were very upset with, or very happy with, the service I've given them, and that could have changed pretty quickly. Just people were moving, they're stressed out, and sometimes people get upset and don't think things through a lot. So I'm very happy that was able to get done, to say the least.
Well, and the role of what you do in selling somebody house is a massive contributor to helping them create the lifestyle that they want to create.
Correct.
And I think that's a really rewarding element of helping somebody with a house is that they envision their family living a lifestyle, whatever is that lifestyle they're pursuing, and you're identifying it and then helping make it happen.
That's all we do. You
Yeah.
know, I love the people that say, "Oh, I'm going to get into real estate. It's the easiest thing ever. Just write up some documents and negotiate the deal and get it all put together." With okay, that's you just got in the car and started the engine at that point.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that are involved in this that you just have to overcome. And say you have 5 or 6, 7 transactions, 10 transactions going on at any given time where, this house needs a brand new roof or whatever. I kind of feel like I'm at this point should start my own general contracting company as well to handle this stuff.
At least the consulting side of it, right?
Right. That's right.
Well, I certainly appreciate your time today. It's been a pleasure to sit down and have this conversation with you. And I can only imagine, with the next 6, 12, 18, 24, since you're so much younger than I am, you'll be around. And that's evident by the beard, by the way. The
Got a
beard
couple coming in down here towards the bottom. So
and lack of wrinkles that people like myself possess. But I certainly appreciate your time. I appreciate your professionalism, and I am confident that the future is incredibly bright.
we all hope so. And thank you very much for chatting with me, Jimmy. I had a good time.
You too, sir. Take care.